it's just funny when we talk about soul, I always feel like it's very much connected to the heart area, right? Like to just being with rather
Yeah.
than trying to make something happen or talking about or like all the mind stuff that you,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, what
That's
is
how I think of it. Yeah.
it is super interesting because like whatever rational approach you can take to the work, like you have to say that you had a very positive change in the relationship to your mom based on this activity that you were doing, which allowed you to have trust in the activity as well. I wonder if you can tell us more about what that looks like. Or maybe you did just explain it and I'm not catching on, but are you kind of entering a kind of meditative state? You're sitting or walking and you're asking questions. Like, can you walk us through that and how it was
Mhm.
taught to you by this lovely channeling woman who's since passed on?
Yeah. So my experience of it as someone who had very limited pre-exposure to it was we would sit together. She lived very close to me and we used to get together a lot. And so we would sit together and I would say to her, "Can you channel my mom? These are the questions that I'd like to ask her soul." And then my friend at the time, the way she channeled was she held a pendulum. It was just a tool, but it wasn't actually spelling anything out for her anymore, but that's how she initially learned to channel, as did I when I went to one of her mentors. So she would hold a pendulum, it would swing around, and she would close her eyes, and language, words, streams of sentences, paragraphs would come through from the perspective of the soul we were asking to hear from, in this case, my mom. So my mom's essence would bring forward a whole litany of this is what's going on. This is what's working. This is what I need from you. This is what will work better. This is how we can stop taking ourselves so seriously. This, whatever it was, whatever, always in response to my questions and always exactly what I needed to hear with further explanation so that I could really drop into that and make it usable and functional for myself. So when I learned to channel, I learned from several different teachers. One of them started teaching us by first using a pendulum. And we would use it first to answer yes or no questions, learning how it moves when it's responding to yes or no. And then we would use an alphabet grid. I'm going to show it because people sometimes think it's a Ouija board, and no, it is not. It's this.
I did think to myself,
Oh,
I wonder if
yeah.
this is like a Ouija board.
No, it's not. It's just like it's not mind reading. It's not Ouija board. So this is just something that one of my clients actually customizes for me because I use it in my classes.
Beautiful.
And you hold your pendulum over it and you can ask, for example, may I please have the name of a spirit guide that's with me right now? Or can I please have the name spelled of an ancestor that is present with me right now? And then if you have patience, this is not for the impatient among us. If you have patience, the pendulum will swing to a letter. Then you verify that that letter is correct. Then you move on to the next letter. Can you imagine how cumbersome this is? Yes.
I would hope for short names.
Yes, exactly. Nicknames are welcomed. Yes. So this is what weeds out people who, in my classes, people who are willing to commit to a practice of being a clear channel, and those who are like, forget it. I don't want to even deal with it. You don't have to be good at using a pendulum to be a very, very effective channel. I do not use a pendulum anymore. I use it to teach for the reasons that I just told you, but I do not need it. I have the fluidity and the fluency, thankfully, because I put in the thousands of hours of practice to do so. But yes, and there's many ways to learn to channel, but my point that I would love to get across is that we all are channeling all the time. Many different forms. Art is channeling, music is channeling, dance is channeling, writing is channeling, cooking is channeling, anything in the creative pursuits, creative arts, that is a form of channeling. That is divine inspiration, divine connection. So I teach people how to channel all the time. I have yet to meet someone who can't.
Oh, I love that you said that because I always say that. I always say that all of this creative energy is just channeling. So
Yes.
I feel very affirmed now.
That's,